Ascension. This is a general reading for the month of June for the sign of Taurus. As with all forms of divination, please use your intuition and discernment to determine which parts of the reading are applicable to your individual situation. This will be an intuitive reading, which means I may receive messages that seem random or inconclusive at certain times. If these don't completely resonate with you specifically, it doesn't mean that the reading isn't for you, so just try to keep an open mind and feel free to check your other placements for a more complete understanding of your messages. Alright, with all of that out of the way, let's begin. I'm going to start by getting 6 cards. The Hermit. After I get these 6 cards, Ace of Wands, I will get a Advice Animal Oracle card. That's going to remain face down, and we'll check that out at the end of the reading, and hopefully it'll either tie in something we've already talked about or give us a little tidbit that we didn't discuss. Whatever we need to hear. And then on top of that, we'll be drawing 3 additional cards from the Tattoo Tarot. And the purpose of those cards, sometimes they act as clarifiers for the other 6 cards, but more times than not, I read them as what energies will be taking place after this reading occurs. Okay? So we'll just kind of see as we go here what's resonating, and then we will figure it out. Knight of Cups. 3 more here. Ten of Wands. We got a jumper we got here. The Star. I don't always take jumpers. It kind of just depends. But that one seemed like it was for you, so we're taking it. Right, and the Hanged Man. Wonderful. Okay. Let's get the Advice Animal. Leave that guy face down. We'll check it out later. And last but not least, let's get our 3 additional cards. We got Knight of Pentacles underneath the Knight of Cups. That's kind of cool. The High Priestess. And we have oh, too many cards fell out. Sorry guys. One more shuffle. Four of Cups. All right. So right off the bat, guys, I'm seeing that a lot of you have been spending time alone. The Hermit plus Hangman energy, that's an energy of soul searching. It's an energy of figuring stuff out. That's an energy of I need to look inward. I'm seeing that some of you you're very burdened by, it seems to be here that you're burdened by thoughts of what you should do next. And I'm having trouble deciphering if that is in like the career realm or if that's in the romantic realm. I'm being led to say that it's actually a combination of two. It's a combination of deciding what your next move is as far as pursuing passions. I see that there's something that you really want to do that you enjoy doing, but it's hard for you. And I don't know if it's hard for you because it's a skill that you are just picking up, or if it's hard for you because maybe it's something that your peers or those around you don't necessarily approve of. Let me give you an example. Perhaps you are someone who has always worked the 9 to 5, and that's what your family and friends, they know you as. You work the 9 to 5, and maybe lately you've been thinking, man, I really want to quit that. I want to work from home, and I want to start painting on the side and selling paintings, or whatever it is. The issue seems to be you are trying to figure out what is best for you. What path will best fulfill what it is that you're seeking. I think you're going to be spending a lot of this month deciding what it is that you are seeking. What it is that you want to apply this Knight of Pentacles energy to. What do you love enough that you want to slowly and methodically work towards a goal? I think that this even goes further back than just right this moment. This Hermit and this Hangman both being here is really telling me that this is something that maybe you've been dealing with for a while. You've been contemplating what your next move was, or contemplating if this is the right move that you should make. It's a very solemn energy. It's almost like you don't want to make a mistake. So you're being cool and calculated about how to move forward. Energetically, I see what's burdening you most is it's not the lack of action, because for many of you that's kind of your demeanor. You're calculating and you're commanding, and you like to be the overseer, and you move your pieces around, and you like to be one step ahead, and that's fine. But I think that this reading is calling you to maybe not be so calculated about your next move. Maybe step into this Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups energy a little bit more. I think it's maybe saying you've been inactive for so long that you should know by now what it is. Or what's resonating a bit stronger with me is that I think you are wanting to stay within this Hermit and Hangman energy, but yet the universe energetically is wanting you to to move a little bit faster, to just go ahead and decide. I think deep down you already know what it is that you're passionate about, what it is that you want to pursue. So I think the universe is kind of prodding you, like, hey, you always want to have everything figured out first. Try action. And just let's go with the flow. Let's see what happens. Your wish fulfillment is in the cards, but I think it's a matter of your own mental blockages. It's a matter of you want to keep thinking about what it is that you want to do, what it is that's important enough to you. And it could be, as well, like I mentioned earlier, it could be that this is a really big decision to make. This could be like some of you contemplating if you're going to quit your job that you've had for a long time. Maybe you love your coworkers and you're close with them and you've been at this company for a long time. Or maybe it's some situations like that that's making it harder for you to follow your passion, because you have things that are pulling you elsewhere. You have energies that want you and need you in different areas of your life. But that could also be why the Hermit and the Hangman is here, because maybe you haven't had this conversation with yourself yet. Maybe you haven't sat down alone with no distractions in nature for hours and decided what makes me happy. Maybe the universe is instructing you to go ahead and do that now. If we don't spend time alone, if we don't remove distractions, a lot of times we miss information that's made for us. So I would suggest, if you haven't been in this energy, and this is something that's going to be coming up for you in the month of June, this Hermit Hangman energy, I would say embrace it fully and take time away. Go on a hike, go on a little retreat, go camping, do these things. Get out in nature, connect to your roots, connect to your higher self. Connect to the universe. There's a message that they want to bestow upon you, and if you haven't yet received it, then you need to use your whatever ways that you have of connecting. And I know, like, for me, I like to take a walk. Just go outside, take a walk. And a lot of times that'll allow me to receive those little downloads or those little bits of intuition or what have you that the universe wants you to know. So if this is you and you're doing that soul searching this month, take it seriously. Really, really dig deep and find out what is holding you back. What inspires you? What do you want to dive into and get going? And if you hadn't even thought about this scenario, if you're like, well, I love my job and I'm in a happy relationship and this and that, perhaps it's been too long since you've stepped into this energy. Perhaps there's a message that you would have received long ago, but you're always on the go, you're always moving, you're always slightly distracted with something, so that you haven't been able to connect with yourself on a deep spiritual high priestess level to where you can really understand and know yourself. It's not uncommon for people in the modern age to not even know anything about themselves. The issue that a lot of people have is the public front that people put on. I mean, we're social animals. To some extent, you're an actor when you're in the public forum. But what happens is a lot of times with social media invading our lives and the types of lives that we lead nowadays, it's hard to disconnect from that. It's hard to take the mask off and to unwind. It's hard to actually look deep and find out what it is that makes us tick. What is it that makes us unique? For many of us, we struggle so much just trying to fit in with the others, the collective, that we lose little pieces of ourselves that were made for us, that were gifts from the universe for us. So maybe this month you need to take a little time to really think about what it is that makes you tick, what it is that will bring you happiness, and not just now, but in the long term. Is there a situation that you've been, or not a situation, is there a circumstance that has kept you in a certain energy for a long time, and this is wanting you to, like, hey, take some time alone so you can look at yourself from the third person, so you can zoom out, take that aerial view of your life, and because sometimes it's just a few minutes alone or a day out in nature, and you'd be surprised at the messages that you receive, the intuition, the nudging from the universe that's saying, hey, did you think about this? And I know oftentimes it's like, man, where did that thought come from? Was that even my idea? It's one of those things that then would be a beneficial message to any of the zodiac signs. This is something that is just such a positive message in general. It's reconnecting with your inner self, reminding yourself of who you are. So it's cool that you guys got this message. And I would say don't squander this energy that you're being blessed with. It's an opportunity to maybe figure something out about yourself, or a part of yourself that's been dormant for so long that you forgot it existed. And I think that energetically you're being guided to really decide what it is that you want to apply yourself to next. Or maybe this is just the next big thing. What's the next big thing for you? So just something to consider. Let's check this out. Cheetah. This is awesome. A decision once made will be followed by unwavering action. It's almost like that hermit hangman energy leads to a decision. Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups, unwavering action, Knight of Pentacles. Something to think about. This is one of those times where, I mean, it's not the most positive reading, but it's also not negative. It's just the message that I'm really receiving here is, hey, Taurus, when's the last time you had a conversation with yourself? When's the last time you thought about possibilities? When's the last time you looked at things from a different point of view regarding yourself? So overall, I would say you guys have a busy month, and busy in that you have some soul searching to do. You have some parts of yourself that either you've forgotten about or you've been neglecting. So my challenge to you is, let's bring some of those things to the surface. Let's try to connect with ourselves a little bit better. Let's try to love ourselves enough to where we can make sure that we're doing what's best for us. Okay? I hope to hear about lots of you guys figuring out what this hermit and the hangman was all about, and what you're going to be pursuing next. That being said, I think that that's about all the messages that I see. Please like and subscribe if you want to catch more readings, as well as content coming out regarding mindfulness, meditation, shadow work, and things of that nature. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening to the reading, and have a blessed day.